You're now tuned into the SoCHiology podcast, the exploration of the Chiverse, which encompasses Chicago culture, politics, history, experiences, legends, and stories from the hearts and minds of Chicagoans themselves. What's up, everybody? It's Twiz Taylor back again with another episode of SoCHiology. This is SoCHiology episode 53, and it's going to be our first edition of reverse CHicology. Now, on this episode, I'm going to talk with a Chicagoan. She's very passionate about Chicago food, as most Chicagoans are, right? We love food. We have different varieties of food in this city. But she feels Chicago food should remain Chicago food. So let's just get right into it and see what her thoughts on this topic is and why she believes that. All right, so Ariel.
Yes, that is
how long have you lived in the city of Chicago?
Since I was 10 years old.
Where did you live before that?
Everywhere. Aurora, Bolingbrook,
okay,
Park.
But Chicagoan.
Yeah. What?
You could have said Dallas.
You ain't finna get on me and be like, she said she grew up in Chicago, but I know for a fact she lived in Lombard since she was 10.
Right, right, okay. But you a Chicagoan, nonetheless.
I'm a Chicagoan.
And
Chicagoan.
Chicagoans. So you lived in Chicago your whole life, and
yes.
How do you love the food here? You love Chicago?
I love the food in Chicago. We have the best food in all of the world.
All of the world. Not the country, but the world.
The world, Chris.
Russia, Ukraine.
Definitely Russia. They on some other food. Yeah.
Everything. Italy, France.
We have all of those cuisines here. So you can literally go anywhere in Chicago and get something that you might get if you were to travel the world. Right. We have a Polish community. We have a Ukrainian community. We have all types of different communities, Cuban, right. Peruvian. So whatever it is you're looking for, you can get here in Chicago. Can't really say that about other cities.
You can. No. Would you consider yourself a foodie?
Yes, I am a connoisseur of fine and not so fine cuisine.
Okay, so explain the not so fine cuisine.
Not so fine is like the hood, like bulletproof glass and stuff like that. Even though it's still fine, but by the standard of fine cuisine, it's not so fine.
It's fine to the taste buds.
That part, especially after a drunken 12 a.m. night.
Right. So with that being said, you grew up in Chicago your whole life. Mm-hmm. You're a foodie, you love food. How do you feel about other cities, other states getting the luxuries of Chicago foods? For example, Harold's. It was brought to my attention that I always knew it was a Harold's in Atlanta, but it was brought to my attention. It's like 3 of them down there. It's like 3 of them. You got Portillo's branching out. They didn't went public, so they in Arizona now. Well, I think it was always in Arizona, but now they finna be all up in Texas. You know what I'm saying? I saw the Colony, Texas is finna get one. You have the floor, Ariel, Get Money, F Ninjas H. I'm not gonna say your last name. That's what you wanted me to refer to her before the recording, by the way. But you have the floor. How do you feel about this?
I feel a way because I hold a lot of things near and dear to my heart, such as Chicago food, the culture, a lot of things. Yeah. And this is probably the best way that I can put it. It's like you date someone and you take them to a restaurant that you always go to, and then y'all break up. And then they start taking people they dating to that restaurant. It's like, no. I took you there. So then when we break up, you can no longer go there. And it goes vice versa. So it's like Chicago, I feel like, is the only city that for some reason people feel the need to open up Chicago style restaurants. Whether it's pizza, it's like Harold's, there are J&J's and other places.
Really?
Portillo's, you have Garrett's, all these other restaurants. And it's just like, we don't have a Zaxby's here. And I love Zaxby's. We don't have
I never had Zaxby's here. I heard good things about Zaxby's.
Fire. We don't have a Cookout here. And I love Cookout. We don't have a Bojangles here. None of these other restaurants. We don't have an In-N-Out. We have all of these other restaurants that are near and dear to other areas of the United States, but Chicago, there's a Harold's every damn where. You have a Giordano's over here. Like, I just don't understand it.
You know,
and it really bothers me.
It was a Bojangles I heard on 87th way back in the day. I think it was like Jesse Jackson's brother. But we was fucking kids, so it don't really count. And I don't believe.
When we even have a Waffle House.
It's a Huddle House here.
You're a Huddle House.
Ain't that like the step cousin or something? You know?
Yeah, ain't nobody ever said, "Ooh, it's a Waffle House." Oh no, let's go to Huddle House instead. It's like.
Yeah. Well, I don't say let's go to Waffle House personally. I ain't never really cared for.
No Waffle House lane will ever be tolerated.
But see, that's what we're talking about, though. It's like you're in Chicago defending another region's restaurant, but ain't nobody going hard for our shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They just want to steal out. They just want to be culture vultures. I feel like that's what.
But some people do. Like there are a large amount of people that will like go to war for Chicago food. Like typically, if you ask anybody, whether you're on Twitter or Instagram or whatever social media you prefer, who has the best food, typically you're gonna find Chicago somewhere in there, somewhere in that argument. Chicago, New Orleans. Some people would say New York. I've been to New York multiple times. I have never had anything in New York that is absolutely delicious. I will say they have really good sandwiches. That's it.
First of all, New York pizza is trash. Let's just get it out there. It's fucking terrible. Yeah, I ain't never heard any. Look, New York is overrated and everything, but you know, we ain't really finna make this about them, you know, but everything about New York is really overrated. We just gonna keep it real. It's just an overcrowded ass city where rats and raccoons as neighbors, and they ain't got alleys and garbage cans. So that's that. So, but you know, I agree with you on that. Like when you ask someone who has the best food, you know, whether they're from here or not, we are always going to be in the mix somewhere, somehow. Now, New Orleans, I love New Orleans, first of all. It's one of my favorite cities outside of Chicago. I feel like outside of seafood, though.
That was my next argument. When you go to New Orleans, you know what you're getting in New Orleans. You're going to get you some Cajun Creole. You want some New Orleans food. You know, that's what you're going to get.
I'm not going to New Orleans for no pizza. I'm not going to New Orleans for no pizza.
At all. You're not going to New Orleans for pizza. I'm not going to New Orleans. Ooh, let me get some tacos. Like, you're not doing that.
Tacos.
Then maybe you should have stayed at home. Like, I would look at the side. I'd be like, well, I can't wait to go to New Orleans to get tacos. Like, these must be some really good tacos. And they probably like an alligator or like some sort of Cajun Creole taco, which actually don't sound bad if you like alligator. Probably
alligator's pretty good. And we've been binging this show called Swamp People, like how they actually be like hunting these big ass motherfucking reptiles. Shit is a workout. Like I gotta get in the gym to like be it because they pulling these big ass motherfuckers like damn out the boat.
Is that something you're interested in? Like wrestling alligators though? Like
no, but it's intriguing to watch.
Oh. No, you said you gotta get in the gym.
Like, if I wanted to do that. If I wanted to do that. Because these dudes are huge. They swole, they fat, they big.
They grew up.
I ain't gonna say fat. They're big humans, okay? And they pulling these motherfuckers barely damn near out the boat. So I can only imagine what they do to my skinny ass. You know what I'm saying?
I just feel like there are things that some people do and there are things that some people don't do. And those.
But you know, if you want to delight in alligator, we got to thank these gentlemen because they're the ones out there in the trenches, the swampy trenches, making it happen. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, outside of that, New Orleans, I ain't really screaming at that. But like to your point earlier in the show, Chicago, we got a little bit of everything. So we can start with the not so fine dining that you refer to as, right? You can start with Harold's, you know. Obviously it's a Harold's in Las Vegas. It's 3 of them in Atlanta. I wasn't aware of that. I think it's so someone sent me a picture. Houston? Really? Okay. So someone sent me a picture. I think it might be one in Memphis, but I don't know if it's like really our I don't know. I don't know.
There's also a Harold's in LA now. Okay. There's a Harold's in LA. It's just, and this is my thing when it comes to Harold's. Mild sauce is specific to Chicago, right? Like how you have mumbo sauce in DC, and you have like white barbecue sauce in other states. Like you don't have places like that. Although there are some. I've never heard of a place that has mumbo sauce, but I have heard of a barbecue place that has white barbecue sauce. But
Wait, hold on.
My thing is, it's
that's
like
mayo. That's mayonnaise.
Essentially, yeah. You take away, like, I feel like you take away because what's not happening is the people aren't getting the culture, right? So there's a culture that comes with Chicago style food.
Yeah.
Like, we know as Chicagoans, we don't go to a Harold's up north. They got plants and flowers and open and closing hours on their doors. Like, we don't go there.
Yeah.
You miss out on the culture, right? When you take,
they can't tell us about Harold Pierce. They
exactly.
can't tell us about Harold
Take the Harolds out of where it was created. Aside from that, is you have people that don't know what they're doing, right? So you have people that are like, oh, I can open the Harolds, I can just get some mouse sauce and I can just do X, Y, Z. But it's like, no, like there's a certain je ne sais quoi you have to have with being a Harold's cook. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when you have things like Harold's in LA and Miami and Houston or whatever have you, one, you selling 6 wings for $20. Like, that's the problem in itself. 3, you got people waiting 2-3 hours to get some Harold's. Like, no, you might wait 30 minutes, but you're not waiting no hour, 2 hours. 3, like, the fried hard aspect of it, right? Like, you miss out on that. Like, everybody know you get a 6-piece fried hard salt, pepper, mouse sauce. Like, that's one word. Like, that's one word.
Yes.
Like,
one word.
So,
no periods, no commas.
Exactly. So then it's like when people try to argue with you, oh, well, I had Harold's. It wasn't even all that. Well, where did you have Harold's? Oh, I was in LA. Like, first of all, you disrespectful because all of y'all are vegan. Like, y'all have Roscoe.
As a side note, though, a Chicagoan did say that the Harold's in Vegas is actually owned by Harold Pierce's daughter, though. So they might have a real you dig out there. I can't speak on other cities, but supposedly that one in Las Vegas is owned by Harold Pierce's daughter.
I don't care. I don't care if Harold himself was reincarnated and said, I'm open up here in every state. It's specific to Chicago. Mm-hmm. Like, you lose out on that essence of Chicago when you open these places in other cities. And that could just be me being like a brat or feeling a certain way about things like that. But it's like, I don't like that. It's like,
you love your city. You want things that's...
you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't like that. And then even aside from Harold's, like things like pizza puffs and things like Italian beefs and, you know, gyros or gyros, however you pronounce it, the proper pronunciation is gyro, if we're being honest. But gyros, gyros, however you want, gyros, however you want to pronounce it. Because I know if I go to the hood restaurant, I'll say a chicken gyro, you know, just because that's the space I'm in. But all of those things, like I said, you lose the essence. Like, you lose the essence because, one, people don't know how to cook it the proper way. Like, you know, like you go someplace and get an Italian beef. I don't eat red meat, so I don't eat Italian beefs anymore. But I know people that do. So when you go to a certain place, like you get Italian beef, dip, cheese, nacho cheese, peppers, like I know people are serious about it. But it's like, what else do we have here? And even aside from that, like, yeah, we have amazing other restaurants, but I personally legit feel away when I see all of these Chicago restaurants opening up in other cities because we don't get those other restaurants. I love cookout. Where else you gonna get quesadillas, corn dogs, a cheeseburger, a shake, tacos for $2.63? You're not gonna get that nowhere else but cookout. Same as Zaxby's, all these other restaurants.
I feel like I said, I love me some Bojangles, and I'm sad because the closest one is in Kentucky. Yes. But you know, like I feel you because I was sad when, first of all, once Portillo's like sold it off to whoever the hell they sold it off to, the quality started to go down anyway. I still love Portillo's, don't get it twisted. But you know, when I saw they went public and like now they finna be all over the only people that was excited about this was Chicagoans that live in these other places.
That live in other cities.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you know, ain't nobody checking for no Portillo's. G, they don't know nothing about that. They don't know about no Italian beef. They don't know about that chocolate cake. You know what I'm saying? They don't know about them shakes. They don't know about that. They don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, they don't know about John Nero. You know what I'm saying? So
it's problematic.
I understand.
It's like, I get it. Like, you want to bring a taste of other cities to other areas, but it's like, then just go visit the damn city. Like,
gotta come to the Mecca.
There are other things that are offered besides Harold's and Italian.
Like, that's like You know, the day I see a Maxwell's on fucking Bill Street or some shit, I'm gonna lose my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and it's like we have Augustus here. We do have Augustus, which is native to Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis. We do. That's fair. That's fair.
Is pretty good.
That's fair. That is fair. Good.
Nevertheless, anybody you know that has been to Memphis and has had Gus's in Memphis will tell you
it's better
totally different dynamics of the restaurant.
Correct.
I really don't know what other restaurants. I like Gus's too. I really don't know what other restaurants that we have here that are native to other cities.
Like, you know, we ain't talking about the big chain restaurants, you know. We talking about, you know, specific cities.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it's some that we're missing, but I don't know.
It's not a thing. It's not a thing.
It's really not. Like, motherfuckers ain't coming to Chicago like that, you know. Well, you know, like, so it's some what's the Kitchen and Cocktails? That's what, from Dallas, right? You know, granted, it was just like one of them down there, but I haven't been yet. You know.
But I think it's different between a concept of a restaurant and an actual restaurant.
Okay.
So I've never been to Kitchen and Cocktails, neither the one here or the one in Dallas. I'm not sure.
I haven't been to Dallas, period. So
me either. But I think, like, in comparison to like Houston, how you have like the turkey leg club, we don't have a turkey leg club here, right? Like we don't have a breakfast club like the one in Houston. We don't have if you go to Atlanta, my favorite place to go in Atlanta is the Flying Biscuit. Like, I love their pot roast hash. We don't have the turkey pot roast hash. Like, we don't have that here. But Flying Biscuit is a franchise. But then it's like, is it just because no one from Chicago has decided to franchise these places out? Or is it just because we don't really need other cities' places? Like, we have our own. Like, so I mean, that's a good question. Like, maybe we just don't care about other cities' food. Which that also could be it. Like, I don't really care about not
Chicago is not Atlanta, or like whatever that, you know, girl.
Exactly. So I guess that plays a part in it. But even like you have major chefs like Aaron Sanchez. People tell people all day Chicago has the best Mexican food in the country. Like, and that's no matter where you go in the country. Also, like we do have a large Latino population, so exactly. We have all types of Peruvian restaurants, Polish restaurants, any cuisine you can literally think of. It's here, you can get in Chicago, and you can get it good to where it's like, I'm traveling back to the islands. My personal favorite is jerk. I will jerk anything, so that's near and dear to my heart. I don't eat bologna, but if they have some jerk turkey bologna, I ain't gonna lie, I'd probably fry it in the skillet and try it. I'll try it. I've tried a jerk pickle before. It was delicious.
Wow, spicy as hell.
It was good. I love jerk. Like, they could jerk everything. You stand still too long. When I die, throw some jerk marinade in there with me and cremate me, because that's how I want to go. Like, don't embalm me, jerk me.
That shit gonna explode like a motherfucker.
You heard it here. So all my family and friends that are watching this and listening, don't embalm me, jerk me. And just, send me on up to glory.
Okay. Well, that's that. All righty. Well, shit. Spicy. You want to go out spicy. That's basically what it is.
That's the way to go.
So make sure your child understands the arrangements. I
hope he does. I'm gonna tell him.
Yeah.
But I think overall, when it comes to Chicago food, I think that is really a Chicago thing. Like, you don't understand how, for lack of a better term, serious and important it is. Like, you could have the same restaurants, be like, oh no, you don't go to this Harold's. We got 5011 Harold's. Oh no, you don't go to that Harold's. You gotta go to this one. Like, no, that one not good no more. You gotta go to
the Uncle Remus on 47. Go to the one out west.
Exactly. So it's like, which one to go to. Like, Italian Fiesta, which one to go to, which one to not go to. Yeah. Just different things like that. And then it's also the idea of what Chicago is known for, like hot dogs and pizza, deep dish pizza. When really
we don't mess with deep dish like that.
Don't really eat it. I like deep dish pizza, and I will get it from time to time. But
I eat it from one place. Eat it from one place. Lou's was the only. It's the only deep dish I can eat. I can't eat
That's another
Giordano's.
conversation. Lou Malnati's versus Giordano's versus other lesser known deep dish places. But
Yeah.
Lou Malnati's is not good. That cornmeal crust is trash.
Yeah, I love
it's
it.
Not good.
I love it. I can't do it because like everybody else, I can't do it. Like I just can't do it. Like, can you imagine seeing a Doc's in Louisiana? Exactly. It sounds weird as fuck. Sound weird as fuck. Don't even sound like it belongs. Like, come on back to 87th. Come on back.
Even like Chinese food. Even though people say Chinese food in New York and I've never had
St. Louis.
Chinese food in St. Louis.
It's good.
I've had it in New York. It's nasty.
Everything
I've never had it in
nasty.
St. Louis. But Chinese food here is really good, depending on where you go.
Yeah. I don't eat Chinese food anymore, fast food Chinese food anymore. But yeah, when I did used to eat it, amazing. And I had St. Louis. It's no cap. You know, I love St. Louis, and their Chinese food is top tier. They pizza though, at Emo's,
it's not good. I don't like Detroit. Detroit pizza is not good. Detroit is also another city that does not have good food. I have never ate anything good in Detroit.
Nothing's good there.
And I know a few people that are native to Detroit, and they try to argue up and down like, oh, Detroit food is so good. And I'm just like, where? Like, please tell me where.
Never heard nobody say, damn, I want to go to Detroit to eat. I never heard that.
Ever. But people go to Chicago, they go to New Orleans, they go to New York. I guess they go to Miami.
People go to Houston for food.
Houston. I've heard someone, I think I might have saw it on Twitter, there was a post and someone said San Francisco and either Cleveland or Cincinnati had like the best food. And I don't believe you.
Well, they're wrong, but I heard Cincinnati. I haven't been there, but I heard Cincinnati has a nice little vibe going on over there. Like I heard that from several people that Cincinnati is like one of those under the radar, nice vibe. You know, like somebody described it as like a larger Wicker Park. That's how they described it. But
I'm interested in going to Portland, but Cincinnati, I heard Portland has really, really good food because it's real liberal but not as liberal as people think. That's the difference.
Nowhere is. But yeah,
moral of the story: stop opening Chicago restaurants in other cities. If they want to try Harold's or if they want to try whatever we have to offer, tell them to get flued out. Bad Boo or whoever, and then
here.
Yeah, or drive, or do what you got to do, and just come see what we have to offer.
That's up.
Come for the food, stay for the people.
Mm-hmm. Go by the lake. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Go through Pilsen, get some elotes or something. Go to the east side. You feel me? I don't even eat elotes.
It's like $5 a cup, which is ridiculous.
Everything is going up. Inflation is real. Okay.
Wow. Snowball's gonna be like $3 or something.
Oh yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Snowball's gonna be high. Because 6 Wang is already high. We open up this conversation, talk about Harold's. Shout out to Uncle Remus. We don't want to exclude the West Side cousins. But I remember it was a time where the 6-piece was like fucking $5.
It was. So growing up, my favorite Harold's in the city was the Harold's on 53rd in that little strip mall. And when I was in school, Hyde Park. And it was the best Harold's in the city. And then I don't know, one day I got older and we went and it was
terrible. It's terrible now.
Trash.
Fuck terrible.
And it was fuck. I was like, what the hell?
It's terrible.
And so I don't know like where that shift comes in, like whether it's new management or what, but I'm gonna tell you the best 6-piece in the city is not from Harold's anymore. I'm not gonna tell you where to get it from because I don't need everybody going there. But if you do some research and you might find it. They're currently closed because they're renovating. I don't know when they will reopen, but that's all I'm gonna tell you. I don't really try to share my restaurants because I don't want all my people going there. I love everybody, but y'all not about to have me waiting an hour for some damn chicken. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, that's dead.
That's dead. But I think that overall, Chicago has the best food, and I think we should hold it a little a little closer to our hearts, and not be in such a rush to export it out to these other cities who don't even know what 6 wings fried hard with salt, pepper, mild sauce means. Like they don't know what it means. They don't appreciate it.
They don't appreciate it
at all.
They don't appreciate it. I can't imagine growing up somewhere not outside of Chicago. I can't imagine it. Like if I woke up and like somebody told me like I was from, Atlanta or like DC, like it'd be a fucking nightmare.
Literally.
Like what am I going to eat?
Literally. And then it's like the dynamic of it is what makes it problematic is that people will tell you the chicken isn't good. Like nobody goes to Harold's and gets chicken without sauce. And if you do, you're a serial killer. Like in Chicago, if you want some chicken with sauce, you go to Harold's, or you got you a little hood spot you go to. If you want chicken without sauce, you go to Sharks or J&J's or one of those Captain Hooks, wherever you might go. Like it's two different types of
or shrimps. You saw shrimps
or sharks or mermaids or fins or whales or whatever.
Whales. Oh my God.
Sea creature. They decided to name this chicken restaurant this time. That's where you go if you want your chicken with just some extra lemon pepper looking like it snowed. And then you go to Harris, Uncle Remus, or your little hood spot to get your chicken with your sauce. Right. And those are what separates Chicagoans from non-Chicagoans. Because you don't go to Harris and get chicken without sauce, and you don't go to Hooks or whoever and think they finna put sauce on your chicken because they're gonna put it on the side. And I digress.
That's that. If you enjoyed this podcast, I ask for 2 things. Number 1, leave a 5-star review. And number 2, pass it on to a friend who may enjoy it as well. And don't forget to subscribe to our other podcast, Mogul Motivation from True Stories Media.